Hi, thank you for joining me for this first chakra tune-up. So the first chakra is known as Muladhara, and it controls, also known as the root chakra. So it controls the root of the body, the legs, the feet, and in balance, you feel a sense of being grounded and secure. If it's out of balance, you might feel sort of that survival fear kicking in, and you might also have digestive or eliminatory problems or issues with the legs and the feet. So I'm going to try to keep these pretty short and sweet, just to kind of go over a few poses that you can do to activate that chakra. But as we're going through this series, I'm going to be asking you to focus on each chakra as we're working on it. So if you'll take a moment to just breathe into your body, and then bring your awareness to the very tip of the tailbone, tip of the sacrum. And if you'd like, you can visualize a red sphere of light glowing at the tip of the tailbone, growing brighter with every breath. If you just kind of keep that visualization in mind as we go through our practice. I'm going to move these things out to the side. Okay, so let's just sort of warm up the hips a little bit. Take the knees from side to side. And then we'll bring the legs out into a wide leg straddle. So as wide as you can comfortably. We're bringing the toes back and towards the body. The kneecaps are pointing straight up towards the ceiling, lengthening the spine and feeling rooted down through the sacrum. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, visualize roots growing from the bottoms of your legs and your seat towards the earth. Breathing into the tip of the tailbone. Visualize that red sphere of light. Take a nice inhale, and on the exhale, folding forward, reaching with the hands. If this is too intense, you don't have to do it. You can also modify by bringing a bolster or a folded up blanket underneath the bottom. And we'll inhale, coming back up to seated. And we'll bring the soles of the feet together for butterfly or bound angle pose. Inhale, lengthen. Breathing into the tip of the tailbone. Exhale, grounding. Okay, so let's come onto the hands and the knees. We're going to bring the wrist under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. The tops of the feet, the tops of the shins are one with the mat. The fingers are spread as wide as you can comfortably. And then again, inhaling, bringing your awareness to the tip of the tailbone, visualizing that red sphere of light. So on the next inhale, the tip of the tailbone lifts and the spine drops towards the mat, and then there's a natural extension of this movement. The chin and the chest rise. On the exhale, the tip of the tailbone curves down towards the mat. We're arching the back, turning the gaze towards the belly button. Then inhaling, the tip of the tailbone lifts. So we're working on cat-cow here, but bringing your awareness to the Muladhara chakra. We'll inhale, coming to a neutral spine. Exhale here. On the next inhale, we're going to stretch the right leg out behind, pointing the toes, flexing the foot and pointing the toes towards the ground, engaging the core to help keep your balance. If you feel like you've got your balance, you can take the left arm and stretch it straight out in front of you. The thumb is facing up towards the ceiling. Inhaling, bringing your energy into the core, and on the exhale, shooting that energy out through the hand and the foot. Take another good inhale. On the exhale, we'll bring the elbow towards the knee underneath the body, keeping the hips and shoulders stable. Then inhale, stretching it back out. Exhale, kissing the elbow towards the knee. They don't have to touch, but then again, maybe they will, who knows? Inhale, stretching it out. And exhale, taking elbow towards the knee. If you have both hands on the mat, you can just bring the knee in towards the chest. We'll inhale, straighten it out. On the exhale, we'll bring down the hand, we'll bring down the knee. Take a breath here. Exhale, pressing the tops of the shins, tops of the feet into the mat. Then we'll inhale, stretching the left leg out behind, flexing the foot, pointing the toes down towards the ground. Inhale, taking the right arm straight out in front. On the inhale, bringing energy into the core. On the exhale, sending that energy out through the arm and the leg. Another good inhale on the exhale, bringing the elbow in towards the knee, keeping shoulders and hips as steady as possible. And inhale, stretching out the hand and the foot. Exhale, we'll bring the hand down, we'll bring the knee down. Let's curl on the toes. Inhale, lift the hips, maybe come into a quick downward dog, and then we're gonna walk the feet between the hands, coming into a forward fold, bending the knees as much as you need to keep the abdomen on top of the thighs. Then we'll inhale, coming up halfway, sliding the hands up the shins. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, we'll come up one vertebra at a time. The chin's tucked into the chest, the head's the last thing to rise. Coming up into mountain pose, Tadasana. Okay, so from here, I'm gonna turn so I can demo this. There's a couple of options with the feet. You can have the toes touching with an inch between the heels, or you might have the feet about hip width apart. You can have a wider stance if that feels more comfortable to you as well. We want to get that sense of rooting and balance here. So I like to kind of rock back and forth on the feet to find my center, and then lift the toes, spread them apart, and lower them one by one onto the mat, feeling Little invisible roots growing from the bottom of the feet into the mat. Feeling the thighs lifting up energetically out of the kneecaps, engaging the core. The tailbone is just free and neutral. You don't want to tuck it in too much. You don't want to stick it out too much. Just keep it in a nice, comfortable position. Engaging the core all the way around the back muscles, the abdomen, all of that. So we're going to roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Bring the hands facing the front, the thumbs out. Drawing the shoulder blades in together. The chin is parallel to the floor. The gaze is straight forward. And then you'll have the mouth closed gently and pressing the tongue up to the roof of the mouth. And then inhale, breathing into the core of the body, down all the way into the tailbone. Visualize that red sphere of light. Okay, well, let's inhale and bring the arms up overhead, bring the hands together. Exhale, bringing the hands to heart center. And then we'll bend the knees like you're sitting in an invisible chair. Okay, again, breathing into the tailbone, feeling that red sphere of light spinning. So you can keep the feet flat on the floor if you'd like. If you are able to, I encourage you to inhale and lift the heels. If this is a little intense, you can place a folded blanket underneath the heels right here. And so from the side, you're going to be making an angle with your body at the hips. Pressing the hands into each other like you're pushing yourself away from yourself. Take a nice inhale. On the exhale, we'll lower the hips. Another good inhale. On the exhale, we'll lower the hips. Inhale, lowering the hips. Inhale, on the exhale, lowering the hips. Coming into a squat. All right, and let's bring the hands down. We'll come to seated. Stretch the legs out in front. Actually, let's bring the soles of the feet to the mat first, and then we'll just one breath at a time, engaging the core. Slowly roll down to the mat, bringing the back of the head to the mat. Now let's go ahead and stretch the legs out. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Bring the arms out to the sides. We're going to practice Apanasana, which really activates the root chakra. It's good for the elimination system. So we'll inhale and bend the right knee. Exhale, clasp the hands around that knee and hug it towards your chest, or maybe a little bit off towards the underarm. Exhaling, letting out all the air. And then keeping the air out, taking the chin towards the knee. It doesn't have to touch, but maybe it will. Then inhale, bringing the head back down to the mat. Exhaling, releasing the leg. Inhale, we'll bend the left knee. Exhale, clasp the hands around the left knee, hugging it in towards the chest, squeezing out all the air. Then keeping the air out, taking the chin towards the knee. Inhale, releasing the head to the mat. Exhaling, releasing the leg. Inhaling, bending both knees in towards the chest. Exhale, hugging the knees towards the chest. Keeping the lower back safe. Notice I'm not really curving the back too much here. Exhaling fully, keeping the air out, taking the chin towards the knees. Then inhaling, releasing the head, exhaling, releasing the legs. Taking a few breaths here. Maybe scanning the body, noticing any places where you're feeling any tightness. Good inhale. On the exhale, roll onto one side of the body. Coming into the fetal position. And we'll take the top hand, pressing it into the floor, gently, carefully bringing yourself up to seated. Inhale, bringing the hands up overhead. Exhale, bringing the hands to heart center. May you feel grounded and secure as you move throughout your day. Namaste. Thank you.